Good morning, friends. I have beeps going on, so I'm going to go on Do Not Disturb. Hello. I hope you all are well this morning. I almost just started singing you my good morning song that I sing to my kids, but I'm not sure you want that. I mean, if you do, go ahead and message me because I'll sing it to you over voice memo and you can just play it over and over again in the morning to get yourself going. I'm kidding. Don't do that. You can. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. It's fine. Morning. Happy Monday to you. I am going to talk to you guys for a few minutes about oils that you can add to your home after you've fallen in love with your starter bundle. So, more than likely, you have started with a starter bundle, hopefully. I believe that is the best way to start with Young Living. I know we have some phenomenal things that I never want to be without. Morning. Our Thieves home products, our Ninja Red. There's so many things, right? So I'm going to try to keep this really simple and focus specifically on oils and what you can add to your starter bundle collection to amp those up a bit, right? So here we go. More than likely you did start with your premium starter kit. You probably heard a friend raving and bragging and sharing about it, shouting from the rooftops like I did and do. And there is a plethora of reasons why someone would start with the starter bundle, right? I call it the perfect sampler platter to introduce oils to your home, whether it's emotional support, pain management, immune support and first aid care, or even just replacing candles, right? Like there are some people who, and maybe that was you, who just thought, I've read that candles are bad, so maybe I should replace them, but then had no idea this incredible treasure that you stumbled upon. Yeah, Jessica, sleep. Yeah, that's a great one. Okay, I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of what are must-haves in our house that go along with the starter kit. And then this way, sis, brother, whoever you are watching, probably want to grab a piece of paper because I'm going to try to get through this quickly and I'm going to give you a lot of really great information. So let's start talking first about a couple of let's go first aid first. Let's go immune support. Okay, so with immune support inside your starter bundle, you have an oil Thieves, you have frankincense, you have lemon. These are three of the main oils that we have in our wellness roller. An oil that I would add to that to help that would be oregano. That is a must-have in our home, especially during colder weather seasons. When we're not outside as much, we're not soaking in all that vitamin D, and our immune system just needs a little extra help producing what it needs to take care of our body, right? So we make a wellness roller. Obviously, we know Thieves. Frankincense is incredible for inflammation in the body and supporting the body in that way. And then lemon, flushing things out through your body properly. Adding oregano or Exodus 2, which actually I'm not sure that's available on the site right now. But even simply oregano being on your list to add to a roller to get on your feet before you go to bed at night, your feet in the morning, if you're getting ready to travel or be around a lot of people, getting that on your kids' feet, their spines. If someone is under the weather in your home and you want to give their body an extra boost to do what it needs to do to repair itself, those are your oils. Those are our go-to oils. So making sure that you have oils for supporting your immune system. Another great tip, I know I mentioned this last time I was on here, but when you go onto the website and there's that search bar when you're looking for supplements, oils, whatever, if you simply type in the word immune, you are going to get a list of the products that Young Living carries that are going to help with immune support. So there you go. Simplified all the way. I am all about making things as simple as possible. If we're talking pain management, okay? Obviously your kit comes with Panaway, which is still to this day one of my absolute favorite oils for achy muscles, growing pains, feeling like you've gotten rear-ended, like any of that kind of stuff. Being on your phone for too long and you've got a kink in your neck. Panaway is fantastic. A sports injury, healing from a child being in a cast, like any of those things. My kids, when they were younger, I heard someone once say that they thought that Panaway kind of smelled like root beer, and their kids called it a root beer oil. And then I started saying that to my kids, and so they started asking for the root beer oil. Like, next time you open a bottle of Panaway, just pay attention to that and see what happens. So yeah, it's such a great versatile oil for muscles, pains, aches, all that kind of stuff, right? So a way to amp that up is by layering different oils topically, okay? So let's say you are like, dang, I hurt because XYZ happened. Panaway, 2 minutes later, Idaho Grand Fir, another 2 minutes later, Copaiba. Drive that in deeper, support those muscles, see what happens, because that's amazing. Something else that we have in our starter kit with frankincense, remember I mentioned earlier that it's great for inflammation in the body, amongst its list of emotional support that it can also help provide to the body. If you're comfortable with taking oils internally, there is recipes for Idaho Grand Fir, Copaiba, and frankincense when you need something that needs to go a little bit more deeper than just topical application. You can also pop a non-over-the-counter pill. I've also added a couple drops of Panaway to that as a muscle relaxer. That is my personal preference and my story, something that I heard while at a leadership retreat and thought, that's interesting, and decided to try that, and it was exactly what I needed. So there is definitely so many things that we can add to our I need to grab that stash in our home for pain management. Okay, I kind of have a little bit of a list here. Let's talk about mood boosting, emotional support, raising our frequency, right? The way we were created, we have energy in our body. And when we can raise the frequency of what's happening inside, we start to notice that we're feeling great, right? So by adding oils that have a higher frequency, we're able to help our body give it that boost that it needs. So obviously when we start talking about emotional support, immediately my brain goes to Valor and frankincense. Valor and frankincense is what solidified my oil journey. That thing that I knew reading about it online, the whole reason I needed to get a starter bundle almost 10 years ago. This is like 9 3/4 years ago. And Valor and frankincense still to this day are my, I feel like everything's a little out of control. I need to get my central nervous system back together so I can hold everything together, Valor and frankincense is what I grab. Adding to that, you guys, emotional support oils, the list could go on forever. So I'm going to give you a very, very basic one. Some basic things to raise your frequency obviously would be Northern Lights Black Spruce. Done and done. In addition to that, Idaho Blue Spruce. These spruce trees, you guys, like, we need them. We need them in our lives. We need them on top of our kids' heads when they are, like, I just do a drop, boop, right there on my kids' heads, depending on the child and depending on the mood. But you better believe they're like, Mom, and I'm just rubbing it in. I go drop and rub it in, and I'm like, I'll see you in about 10 minutes. But those are oils that can quickly help with the atmosphere of the home. Some other ones that we reach for are Joy. It says it in its name. A couple of my personal ones are actually Harmony and Forgiveness. I am an Enneagram 9, and if anyone is familiar with Enneagram 9, I desire peace. I desire peace all day, every day, and Harmony does that for me. Forgiveness does that for me. When I combine those two oils together, layered a couple of minutes apart, Harmony first, Forgiveness after, I do them around the outside rim of my ears. If you're familiar with your VitaFlex points on the outside rim of your ears, you'll understand that. And I do it down below my ears and on my wrists. And I mean, within a couple of minutes, I can go from, why is everyone being so freaking loud, to like, oh, you guys are great. I really, really appreciate you. Just keep your voices down. So I know my kids appreciate always having those oils in the house too, as I'm sure my husband does, who can probably hear me from his office across the way of the house. You just yelled, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so those are some of my personal favorites. You guys, the list really does go on and on. You have oils like White Angelica. Definitely look that up. Oils like Grounding. Surrender. Guys, there's so many incredible oils for emotional support, and I'm sure we will continue to dive deeper into those. But for a simple list today, oils like Northern Lights Black Spruce, Joy, Harmony, Idaho Blue Spruce, Forgiveness, those are my top picks. Okay. Maybe you grabbed your starter bundle because the seasonal changes were causing changes in you as well, and you did not like it. So maybe you grabbed it to grab lemon, lavender, and peppermint. I will say in our home, seasonal allergies had been an issue in the past. We have been very good and faithful about using our oils to support ourselves through those times. Two oils that we add to that, and this was a recipe that we did get from an incredible Young Living book, and the Integrative Medical Guide, the Essential Oils Integrative Medical Guide, if you can still get your hands on that. That's going to be a Google search because I don't have that information on me right now. There is a recipe in there that's lemon, lavender, peppermint, ledum, Ledum. That's also a first aid kit oils, guys. That is a must-have in your home. And Roman chamomile. At the time, we didn't have Roman chamomile, and the book said that we could substitute that for German chamomile, so that's what we've always done. So ledum and German chamomile are two oils that we add to capsules and rollers. I will stick them in the diffuser, let them under our tongue. Those are our absolutely must-have, can't go without. Check our supply every couple of months and make sure it's in our loyalty rewards if we've gone low. Those are non-negotiables for us. So Again, also having those in your first aid, let them in your first aid, is great at supporting your body when you need an antihistamine. There's no other way to say it. So I'm just going to say it like that. Okay, so if that's why thank you, Chris. There is a link to the book in the comments. Okay, so that is my recommendation for allergies. Okay, next, sleep and calm. And again, if you know anything about the Enneagram and you understand an Enneagram 9, you know I love my sleep and my calm and my peace. Obviously, in the kit, we have oils like Peace and Calming, one of my very favorites. Lavender helps relax the body, calm the central nervous system, brings on that just feeling, right? I love mixing it with Peace and Calming because I do not tend to float towards floral scents. But I know that there are so many great oils that I can add to those floral scents so that I'm getting what I need, right? We don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Just because we don't love the scent doesn't mean we don't need that in our life. It means that we can add some other things to do everything we need, right? So I like to add Peace and Calming and lavender together because I love the warm aroma of Peace and Calming, and I'm getting double for my money at that point because I've got exactly what Peace and Calming says it does. It is extremely peaceful and calming, and then I've got the relaxant in lavender together. Now, to add to that, if you're looking for sleep support, there are incredible oils that we have available. Cedarwood, adding to that, will definitely help your brain do what it needs to do in order to say, okay, it's time for us to rest now. We can rest now, right? And then Tranquil roll-on. You guys do not sleep on these roll-ons. Oh my God, I can't even go into that right now. I'm keeping it simple for you guys. Oils like Gentle Baby, Sleepy Eyes. There are definitely a plethora of things at your fingertips. And I say start easy. Start chill. Take your Peace and Calming and your lavender and grab some cedarwood in your next order and add those together into the diffuser. Put a little bit on your chest. I always do several drops of Peace and Calming. I rub it on my chest at night, and then whatever is left there, I kind of swoop it up my nose so I'm smelling it. I know, am I a little weird? It's fine. I don't mind being weird. I swoop it up my nose and I rub the rest all over my forehead and down the sides of my face because I literally just want to it all night long. So that's my Peace and Calming routine. You're welcome. But again, there is Sleepy Eyes, there is Gentle Baby, there is Tranquil Roll-On. I'm going to just leave it there. I'm going to not overwhelm you. It can be really fun. This can be really fun to really get into. All right, now let's talk first aid kit. You guys. This is big. So having oils actually first, let's go replacing candles. Obviously we know that as time goes on and we're learning more and more, especially in this social media age where everyone loves to teach us so many things, we are starting to get a real sense, and more studies are taking it seriously, even though many of us have known for a really long time, right? We're not stupid. But now that there is more proof that is coming out for people who need proof, how synthetic fragrances, burning lead wick synthetic fragrance candles in your home, how actually harmful they are, right? A lot of us are ditching them. We don't want them in our homes anymore. And so being able to have something that still smells wonderfully delicious, like Stress Away, lemon and peppermint together in your diffuser. I've always called that morning pep in your step. Get it? Peppermint, pep in your step. rolling peppermint on the bottoms of your feet. There's a quick tip for you. That's the pep in your step. To help kind of wake you up in the morning. That kind of stuff. We have so much of that at our fingertips, right? With this starter bundle. But adding stuff to that so that you still have that cozy, wonderful lit candle, sheer curtain breeze in the wind, like perfect Hallmark watching Christmas day, fall day, whatever it is that you're looking for, you can create that, okay, without having to light a candle in your home. So I know I said it last time, I'm going to say it again. One of my very favorite diffuser recipes that I kind of do this all year round, except for a little break when it's like super hot in the summer and I don't want cinnamon smell. I want more of like a citrusy, like, woo smell. I go, or like just not to want to kill people because of how hot it is, but it's fine. We're past that. We're into this beautiful fall now, right? Stress away. Christmas spirit. This is just such a upper anyway. This is your mood boosting, happy, I love everyone. I want Christmas music on. I want to wrap presents. I can't wait to hug my loved ones. That's what this oil is, right? There's so much more to it. I know a lot of people, I've heard people use it for respiratory care. I have heard there's so much. Like looking into these things is really worth your time. It is worth your time. Lime and then cinnamon bark, which I don't think I have here on my desk. These oils combined in your diffuser are amazing. Lime and cinnamon bark alone is amazing. Lime and stress away alone is amazing. Christmas spirit and lime. Can you guys tell I like lime? Adding citrus oils into your home to diffuse with stuff. Orange and peace and calming is really phenomenal. It's great at that like time of the day when maybe you're prepping dinner and there's homework going on and you got to get out the door for sports in an hour and there's so much going on. That is a great combo. So the amount of things you have available to you, even just in that starter kit with adding 1 or 2 oils is amazing. Okay. Let's talk basic starter first aid stuff. So obviously we have Thieves, we have Raven, we have Digize, great digestive support, antiviral, antibacterial, lung support, all of those things within. Adding Digize around here to help things start draining if it's getting a little clogged. Things I would add to your first aid kit: purification. No brainer. Done. Grab it. Put it at the top of the list. Yes, you need that in your home. Another one that I would add is a tea tree or a Melrose. Melrose is kind of our go-to first. That is something that has some great antibacterial, antiviral, or it's historically been known to provide those that support to the body. That is one we have in our house. Especially, I have one who just, God bless her, she's a sweetheart. She's not really great at drinking water, and I'm constantly like, have you had water? Have you had water? And so sometimes she's like, Mom, my bladder. And Melrose over the bladder, that lower tummy bladder area, done and done. It's great. It's one I am never without. We will also add that around our ears on a cotton ball right here if they've been in the pool a lot over the summer and just need some help in that area. Some other ones that are always in our first aid kit are Helichrysum. I know my husband talked about that when he was in the kitchen a couple of weeks ago. Helichrysum, we use it as a coagulant. It is hands down one of the best oils alongside of lavender that you can have in your kitchen. RC is one that I would add. Yes, there is Raven in the kit, and so maybe you're not in a rush to get RC, but RC is a phenomenal oil to have on hand for any type of respiratory care, as RC stands for. Let me just make sure. Another one, oh, that I forgot to mention during pain management, and then also within your first aid stuff is lemongrass. It's an inexpensive, should have in your home oil. And then, yeah, you guys, there is so much. Egyptian gold is one. I'm trying to not go too into making sure that I tell you to have rose ointment and thieves spray and all of the thieves products and a lot of our supplements, and make sure you get all the rollers and all of these things that are probably on your really long I really want this list. But keeping this simple, keeping it easy to use, and focusing on oils that will just amplify what it is you bought your starter bundle for in the first place, was really my hope for today. I would love from some of you other veteran oil users, if you guys have other suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Let's teach each other. Let's do this as a community. You may have had experiences that I haven't had yet. Maybe I said something today that you had no idea and you've been using oils for 10 plus years. This is the space we get to learn this stuff from each other, and it's really exciting. And I'm sure as I remember more things that I forgot to say in this already 26 minutes, I am going to go. I'll pop them in the comments. And yeah, enjoy your starter bundle. Start grabbing a couple of things here and there to add to it. And enjoy this experience, embrace it, don't be intimidated by it. You do not have to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of oils in your home. You're probably going to want to, and someday you might, but that doesn't have to be today. Okay? Simply getting on Essential Rewards and using the benefits and the discounts and the free oils, and growing your stash as it is fit for your needs, that is the best place to start. Absolutely. So hopefully this was helpful. Please ask questions. Always, I'm here to answer. Just love you guys so much, and I am honored and so proud to be a part of this community where we all get to do this together. And thank you so much for being you. Have a great day, you guys, and we'll talk soon. Bye.